Date: November 14th, 2024. Location: Executive Plaza, Suite 402. Leo Miller did not leave his desk at 5 p.m. He did not leave at 9 p.m. The cleaning crew had already cycled through, their vacuums humming like distant cicadas before fading into the elevators. Leo sat in the blue light of a dual monitor setup. He was looking at the ledger for the third time today. Total hours logged, 312 for the month. Total compensation, $0. Leo leaned back. His chair creaked, a dry plastic sound. He looked at the cubicle across from him. It belonged to Elias. Elias had been at the firm for 4 years. Leo realized, with a slow, cold sink in his chest, that Elias was wearing the same charcoal tie he had worn during Leo's orientation. The silk was frayed at the edges, turning into grey spiderwebs. Leo stood up. His legs felt heavy, like they were filled with wet sand. He walked toward the supply closet, looking for a fresh ream of paper. Inside the closet, the air was different. It smelled of ozone and damp concrete. He pushed aside a stack of dusty crates labelled Archived Records 1998. Behind them, the drywall didn't meet the floor. There was a gap. He pulled the crates away. Behind the drywall wasn't a wall. It was a door, heavy, iron-bound, and painted a flat corporate beige. There was no handle, only a keypad. The plastic buttons were worn down to the sensors from years of use. Leo pressed his hand against the metal. It was vibrating. The door wasn't locked. It clicked open with the sound of a bone snapping. Leo stepped onto a concrete landing. A staircase descended into a dark that felt thick, like oil. He walked down. Step 12. Step 24. Step 48. The basement was a mirror. It was an exact replica of Suite 402. The same grey carpet tiles, the same particle board desks, but there were no windows, and there were people. Leo saw Elias, not the Elias from upstairs, but another one. This Elias looked 80 years old. His skin was the colour of parchment. He was hunched over a keyboard that had no letters on the keys, his fingers moving in a blur of frantic, silent motion. Leo walked to the centre of the room. On every monitor, the screen was the same. A single progress bar that filled to 99%, stayed there for 3 seconds, and then reset to 0. He reached out and touched the Elias thing on the shoulder. The man didn't look up. He whispered, his voice like dry leaves dragging on a sidewalk. "I almost have the commission. Just one more cycle. The contract says the payout triggers at completion." Leo looked at the man's desk. There was a calendar. Every year was 2024. Every month was November. Every day was the 14th. Leo looked down at his own hands. They were trembling. He turned to run back to the stairs, but the door at the top of the landing didn't lead to the supply closet anymore. Through the small reinforced glass window, he saw a new office. A younger man, maybe 19 or 20, was sitting at a desk, looking at a ledger that showed 312 hours worked. Leo tried to scream, but his throat felt like it was full of staples. The lights in the basement dimmed to a soft, empathetic amber. Leo felt a strange, crushing exhaustion. He sat down at the empty desk in the corner. The chair was perfectly adjusted to his height. He placed his fingers on the blank keys. The progress bar on his screen sat at 0%. The building hummed. The ink on his contract was dry. It had been dry for a very long time. Case file number 0881 remains open. The subject followed the rules and still lost. If you're looking for the exit Leo Miller couldn't find, the protocol is in the description. Stay vigilant.